we are live with entrepreneur Mr. Carter Gustafson. Carter, how is your morning going, sir?
It's going good, going good. How about yourself?
Good. Is it
Good.
a pretty typical morning for you? You're up and kind of planning the day for what you have for jobs, or what? How do your mornings usually go?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know I got to get up too early because right now we're just doing some door knocking. I'm just starting to run some Facebook ads, so hopefully that'll bring me some business. But usually I like to get up out of bed like 8 o'clock, make some breakfast, hit the doors at like 9:30, 10.
Sure. So, a lot of people watching this, I'm sure, have thought about starting a business. Many people I talk to dream of owning their own business, and but I think it becomes difficult as people start to plan and go through the process. Um, you know, eventually taking that leap, and so it's always interesting to talk to someone who is doing that. Did you do a lot of planning prior to starting your business or not?
Um, I'd say at least a couple months. I think I thought about it probably in January, and then I really got it set in February, and then we probably started getting jobs in May, like first week of May. So yeah, there's some planning to it. I mean, not years of planning, but months. And
Some
just
amount, yeah.
yeah, but your plan's never really like set until you actually start. And then once you get started, then you're gonna see stuff that you didn't see when you had it like planned and not doing it. Because once you get started, I mean, then you'll see what you need to change, and you'll see what you need to like improve on and switch that around, switch this around. Like, I mean, I've probably changed up my business cards 17 times. I've changed up how we do the jobs 5 times. I've really changed everything, how we knock the doors, how we get sales. And I mean, yeah, you never really have it fully set until you actually get out there and start doing it. So I think the best thing is
Yeah,
just to get
yeah,
out there and just not, I mean, yeah, planning's great, but I think the best thing to do is just get out there and actually do it.
yeah. And again, I think I hear that from a lot of entrepreneurs that there is a little bit of a um, ready, go, aim or whatever. It's you kind of go and then you're planning as it's going. But what about the risk side? Did you worry before you started, or do you continue to worry about the risk part of being self-employed and employing other people, or is that not something you think about too much?
Um, well, I'm pretty young, so I'm still in school. So right now, I don't really have to worry about it too much because it's not like I got to pay for rent or really pay for that much things. I mean, I still got some things I got to pay for, but the only thing I really worry about is probably the winter because you can't clean window, or I mean, you can clean inside windows in the winter. Um, so that's really the only thing I worry about right now. But I know if I just get out there and go to the doors, I mean, I don't think I've ever been 4 hours without getting a sale. Sometimes I get a
Yeah.
sale, and I mean, sometimes I get three in an hour. So I'm not really too worried, at
Is
least the way
it?
that I
Yeah.
work right now. So,
And so you're doing your business is cleaning house windows. So you're going to different housing, suburb neighborhoods, and you're walking around and you're knocking on doors, or how do you generate business?
um, so there's really two ways. It's like organic, because I'm on Google. So if people find me from Google, I can get them booked, and then I like to knock their neighbors. So I get booked, maybe start them at like 9, get done at 10, 10:30. Then I go knock the neighbors, and that's a really good way of getting jobs. Just letting them know, hey, I just did Jim down the street. And he was like, oh, I know Jim. I was like, yeah, would you like a quick quote? And most of the time they're just like, like sure, yeah, or just leave me your card. But I think that's a good way at least to start out, just because at least you're
Is the
generating business.
right? Is the but it's really organic door knocking, or occasionally people finding you on Google and you go out to their house and you and your team, you're cleaning windows, washing windows.
Yep.
You bid it before you start. Uh, is it harder to the sales part harder for you, or is the delivering of a good quality service, making sure that the glass is streak free and perfectly clean, and what part's harder?
Well, if they haven't cleaned their windows in a while, that like hard water can build up, so that can be pretty tough to make them spotless. But yeah, I'd probably say the delivery part. But it's not hard. It's just it can be tedious at sometimes. Others times
Yeah.
not. If it's a new construction, I mean, it's just a easy go through clean. But other times, I mean, I've had to re-clean windows 10 times before I got it right, just because hard water. I mean, you got I mean, the insides is never bad. It's just the outsides. So depends how long they haven't got it clean. So I'd say definitely the delivery compared to the sales. The sales,
Di-
just I got that down, I think.
Okay. Okay. Um, I should actually have you come out to my house because Mrs. Wendland and I haven't cleaned our windows probably in 20 years since we've started. It might be 25 years that we've owned this house, so it would be a good
Yeah.
challenge for you.
Yeah. No, I'll do that for sure. Yeah. I'd love to.
It's a long way from the northwest side of Minneapolis, St. Paul, where your business is located. But um, do you hire people? Do you have
Uh,
people that on bigger jobs you bring along with you?
yeah, it's just me and my buddy. Just a guy I went to school with, and I've known him for a long time. Just me and him.
Okay. And do you plan on hiring people as the business grows?
I'd say not until like I'm booked out. I mean, no point of just hiring someone when I can do it with my own hands. So maybe in a couple of years, who knows? Once the word of mouth spreads, because that's really in this business, I've seen a lot of people online talking about word of mouth after months or a year. That should really start spreading. I mean, I already got some word of mouth, so when that starts spreading, hopefully I can bring on some people. But until then, I'll just wait until I'm booked out.
Yeah. I think people like the fact that the person selling the work is actually doing the work. You're obviously not able to scale like that as a business, but the fact that you're taking responsibility to do the delivery to make sure the windows are really clean or whatever your product ends up being, that I think there's plenty of people that appreciate that you're closely connected to the finished product because I think that's pretty rare these days.
Yeah,
So
totally.
that's
I
good.
I agree.
How,
Yeah.
how do you make sure your customers are satisfied? Is there a process you have do you follow up? Do you just wait for a phone call saying, hey, we're happy or no, we're not happy? Or how does that work?
I just do when we're done, I just walk them around, just show them everything because I don't want to. I would rather have them find something that they didn't like compared to when I go all the way home and they're like, "Oh, you need to come back." So I just do like a walkthrough with them, make sure everything's looking good, and then if we're doing gutters, I'll obviously just take before and after pictures because they're not going to get up on the ladder and go up there. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I just do a
Yeah.
walkthrough, just show them pictures, and they're happy. I mean, so that's
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah, makes some sense. Yeah. And earlier you were talking about how you don't worry about the risk too much. And I've read in plenty of places that the average entrepreneur starts under 30 years old for that reason, because people under 30 tend to be less risk averse. And so they, they're willing to try anything and see if it works. So you kind of fit squarely into that group of people.
Yeah, I got a lot of life to live, so I can start
You're
something
ready to
now,
go?
and yeah, I'm ready.
Well, that's great, Carter. So, um, thank you for being on the show with us today. It's great to talk with you. And if people
Yeah,
want to get
thank
a
you.
hold of, yeah, and if people want to get their windows cleaned in Minneapolis, St. Paul, where do they find Carter Gustafson's
You can go
business?
to Rivers Cleaning Services. I got a card right here. The number is 763-587-3339, or you can just look up Rivers Cleaning Services on Google, and then it'll bring it right up, and then you can give me a call from there or go on my website.
And I think for anybody who is thinking of starting a business, great examples of how a little bit of planning, but taking that leap is scary, but has to be done earlier, and adjusting on the fly is so key to meet customer needs and keep the business meeting the customer demand, and then that's how you grow. So those are some good lessons.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's you always got to make sure you're just taking that leap and going for it. I've seen people that just sit there and plan for years and then they just either forget about it or just never do anything about it. So
Yeah.
I say that's probably the most important thing.
Well, congratulations on starting your business, Carter Gustafson. For the rest of you out there, thank you for watching the vodcast.